Comparing the setup to top of backswing positions, this tells us a lot. You see just how far that tailbone has moved forward. This space here represents that 5 to 7 inches worth of forward movement. Hogan has moved his tailbone considerably more forward and shifted most of his weight towards the front side. This yellow line also represents weight in the sense that you can see only a sliver of his body is over this right side. So we could measure weight by saying, like a scale, this would be perhaps 20% of his body, and then this other side, the left side, would represent 80% of his body. If I was to slice Ben Hogan right down the middle at this point, you would see his body fall left, which essentially means that there's more weight on that front side. We continue onward into something more valuable, looking at the knees. This represents about 55% of his weight on his front side. You can see a slightly kicked in trail leg, as he was known to do. By the time he reaches the top of the backswing, we see a dramatic change in the knees. It's almost like these angles have reversed. So the right leg, which was bent, is now a straight right leg. The left leg that was straight is now bent down and towards the ground. So the knees are moving down. The lead knee moves down, the trail knee moves up. The lead hip is moving down, the trail hip moving up. So you have this tilted angle of the hips and knees down towards the ground. When the knees are in a lean like this, along with the hips, you can't have more body weight on the trail side. It's just not possible. If you think about it like a building, you'll see the body tilting and leaning, the knees leaning that way. There's more weight on this front leg right here, just in that lean. If we were measuring the weight of the knees alone, we could estimate tons more weight on that front side just based on the lean. What's holding the brunt of Ben's body is this front knee being bent down. Follow your kneecaps. They'll tell you where the weight is. Where the knee moves down, that's where the weight is. Where the knee moves up, that's where the weight's leaving. So think of your knees like a scale. We got start, setup, and then we start going all the way to the top of the backswing. That front knee going down, trail knee going up, front knee going down, trail knee going up, and then boom, we're at the top of the backswing. So it tells you where that weight's going. Because as the hips turn, those hips are swiveling. The hip turn moves the knees down. The hips turning on that tilted angle is what's giving us this look right here. So Ben stays over that front side, keeps his weight forward, and that causes the knees and hips to be operating on a tilted angle. When we compare this with setup, you see how the hips and knees are horizontal, and then by the top of backswing, we see the tilt of the knees and the hips. So the weight has to be moving forward. I'm taking a picture of Ben at the top of backswing, and at setup we have his vertical spine. When I superimpose the two, you'll see just how forward those hips have moved outside of Ben's original starting point. So there's where the lead hip is. This is where his top of backswing is, and then this circle right here represents his starting position. So that hip moving forward 5 to 7 inches to top of backswing is considerable compared to his setup position.